Oh, what am I doing? So, welcome everybody. Tonight is Tuesday, October 28th. We're exploring this idea of surrendering into the present, hopefully from some new angles we haven't explored before. Before we get started and Eleonora begins, I just want to bring everybody's attention to the fact that there is a weekend chill class coming up in November. I moved away from it. It's on the 8th and the 9th. And that is both virtual and in person. There's a beautiful group that's gathering already. Well, they're not at the Sacred Center yet, but folks are going to be attending live at the Sacred Center. But it's open to whether you can make it there in the Hudson Valley or if you want to join online. If you have taken a class before, it is the ideal way to continue. If you're new to the Sacred Center, if you're perhaps watching this on a recording later, or anybody who's here live is new to this, the best way to get started is with a one-on-one session with Eleonora. And it comes with a free book with the card set, as well as your time to ask questions and to experience Chumpy Illumination one-on-one in its fullness. But let's start there, Elle. Did you want to talk a little bit about the book before we dive into
Yeah,
tonight's call?
I right. I just want to keep showing the book so people know it exists, because how else would they know? Like, we didn't just keep reminding people that the book is a really good historic. There's some history in it about how the Chumpies started, how they came to me, how they showed up, but also a little bit about the work around them that can be sort of integrated into any personal work that people can do. You know, people who aren't doing healing work professionally or therapeutic work professionally, but are in a movement, which I know everybody on this call is, towards some sort of evolution, taking some evolutionary step at this time. And this is really a very practical way to begin. And one of the things that I'll just jump right in. One of the things about the Chumpies, one of the really basic things is how they teach us non-duality. If you tap into some of the spiritual schools and healing schools, what we're trying to do as a collective is embody non-duality. And what does that mean? That goes along with the theme today. What does that mean? It means that instead of thinking about what we should do all the time and worrying about the future and being burdened by things, we're able to hold two opposing thoughts together and not have our minds want to pick the better choice. Surrender and just allow us to embody or think or experience each idea. Should I buy a black dress or a white dress? Or I'm buying a car now. I have a blue car. They're the same car, but there's blue and white now. I've been talking about this car for a while, and I want a car, but I don't want white. So here's this white car that's coming along. It's perfect. It hasn't seen snow. It's a perfect shape, but it's the one color I did not want is white. So it's a great example of okay, there's that and there's that and there's that and there's that, and allowing the two sides of the brain to surrender, give in, and mix together, connect with the core and maybe come up with a third solution or some of both. So it's that kind of thing that we're really trying to practice. And the Chumpies, and even if you don't have stones, the cards work really well in doing that. And even in our advanced classes now, advanced meaning that they've been doing this work for over a decade, and it's practice. It's a practice in living. in living not according to like, if I don't do this or if I don't do that or if I need this, I'm gonna like I'm gonna like die. No, it's about really create in Hinduism they talk about the Ida and the Pingali. They in astrology they talk about the sun and the moon. It's all about we're two different places in our brain, and we want them to merge together down the core of our bodies. That's like the wire that then finds a way, shows us, oh, okay, that looks like a good thing. Let me try that. I don't know where it's going to bring me, but let me try that. So when when we talk about raising our consciousness, that's what we're talking about, right? Going beyond duality. Am I on the right track? Am I losing anybody? Okay. Sounds simple. It is not. Why is it not simple too? Because as a collective, we function in duality. We function out of fear. That's how we've been functioning. And it doesn't get any better. The outside world only looks more complicated, and there's a lot more choices instead of two. Like if you want milk, you've got the lactose free, you've got the organic, you got from this farm, unpasteurized, unhomogenized, from this cow, that cow, goats, sheep. I mean, the choices are enormous. What are we choosing? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like really allowing the choice, allowing us to meet the choice rather than having to figure things out all the time, right? And that's why I talk about surrender. So I was thinking about this because surrender, we have these water essences as well. If you go on the website, there are 13 of them. And along the way, probably I started 20 years ago, I would go to these sacred places in Peru and get my guide to go down a well or go to a lagoon and get some water from a sacred place, from a lagoon or a lake, or actually a source of glacier water that comes out of the mountain. So it has the pure energy of that place. And one of the places, this is number 2, if you look it up on the Sacred Center site, it comes under surrendering. I got that water from Huacabamba. So Huacabamba is a town way north in Peru, and Huacabamba is like no other place because you almost have to die to get there because the bus is old, rickety, and the road just about is wide enough for the bus. So then if something's coming this way, you close your eyes and don't look down. And everybody in the bus kind of like is cool with it because they live there and you're just closing your eyes. So you finally get to this place. It's like 6 hours or 8 hours, I forget. And you get to this place and it's this huge lagoon. It's not very beautiful. It's not like a Swiss Alps lagoon. It's misty and dark. And there are wizards. That's why I was attracted to go there. I heard that there were wizards up there, that people from Peru went there because it had a lot of minerals and people went there to heal any of their illnesses because it had a lot of minerals in the water. But get out. We take horses. You have to take horses to get, Sue knows this place. So you get out. And you're there in the middle of something is unrecognizable, and you're like, "What am I doing?" And it's almost like it's a time, and I know everybody's experienced this, where I worked so hard to get there, and I had no idea why I was there. There was not like, oh, a temple or a beautiful mountain, none of that. Mist, a lake, and that's about it. So that's where, and freezing cold, that's where, to me, surrender takes place. If I had expectations of some oh my gosh, this is a place of healing. It didn't happen that way. It happened, the magic happened because I stood there and went like, okay, I must be here for some reason. I don't know, surrender. And the healing took place little by little from that place. Skydiving, I skydived a while in college and after college. And every time I went on that edge, I was like, what is this all about? Like that moment where you have to jump out of the plane. Nobody pushes you. You have to put one foot on the wing and let go. And that was a complete surrender, like surrender and then receive the moment. And that's to me, because I was trying to think of like intense times where you're forced. And I know everybody has experienced some time where you're forced to like really be in, I don't know. And it's not giving up. It's not giving up. It's like I can control this 99.9%. And it's out of my control. The outcome's out of my control. And if we could practice this as like a way that our brains could evolve, and I know we're on the cutting edge of this, not only personally, we need a collective group to do this because our world functions in 3D in duality. And so as a collective group, we can, if one person can embody this, the other, that saying when, one monkey does it, many monkeys figure it out, right? Sue, any comments? I don't hear you.
I have to unmute.
Oh,
I have
okay.
to unmute. Well,
Uh,
you described it perfectly. Because walking into like it's just really walking in to the unknown in that present moment and then saying, I have no idea. No idea. And then just stepping forward anyway, or just showing up. And in that space, some magic happens
mm.
that that can't be anticipated,
Right.
right?
And as you were saying that, I was thinking, in a way, like it's like that with our physical health, where you try something, you've got this rash or you've got this, thing, you always get the same strep virus or something, and you've tried this vitamin, and you've gone here, you've gone there, you've gone there, you've gone there, you've gone everywhere. The moment you actually surrender, but I mean on all levels, not just like I give up, on all levels, a higher frequency, let's call it that, awakens in your heart and in your core. Core meaning the central current, the battery charger is the core. Something wakes up deep, deep inside that like creates a situation that you could have never thought about. You could have taken all the best vitamins, gone to the best doctors and this, and it wouldn't still have gotten you to a place of transformation on a physical level, not just mentally either, on a physical level. That's my passionate goal, actually, is to hold that space for people and to say it's possible, because that's just our next evolutionary step. So anybody, Marisa, do you want to comment on that?
I think, we've spoken of surrender in these calls and in other spaces, but it sometimes is what hits you again for the very first time. And just as you're reminding us of the fact that surrender is not giving up. And
Right.
I think we still need those reminders, just at the level of language, but also that sense of how we can remind ourselves and our spirit that it is that sense of it's okay to lie down and let be, and and that it doesn't mean you'll never get up again or that you don't care anymore. Because I think we tend to hold on to our desire to care and never give up as being some sort of badge of honor, and um, allowing surrender to just be a very different energy that holds us rather than being about dropping things.
And just while you were talking, I got this vision too of like What makes us think that we can actually birth something, feed it, and then it's all ours? You know, like there's a place where when you surrender, our energy opens up and something else comes in that we would have never thought about at all. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll try that. What is that something outside our realm of control, outside our realm of 3D that happens? This is not, I'm not making this up. This is like, that's when if you keep practicing it, you'll be totally amazed at what comes to you that's for your let's call it highest good. That's for you, that you would have never thought about. Any professional wouldn't have come up with it. So I think that that's the point of today, and like even future calls and the work that we do. And I think what I do think is that it's easier now if we do it collectively, like, because if one person gets it, and just energetically, then somebody else does and somebody else does. Then we have a model, and it's a group consciousness that can affect change and expansion. And that's, I think, why everybody's on this call. So, so with that, let me just see. Yeah, because we're so used to being in survival mode. There's always the latest new vitamin, and now there's the newest drug, and the newest technology and the newest everything. So we have too many more choices.
The other thing is like talking about like belief systems,
Right.
right? Once you start thinking of getting in your head, right now you're not only weighing out, well, what's this? Should I do this? Should I do that? But then there's also beliefs that get in the way. And then what happens when information is actually coming your way? When you've got intuition coming your way, but now you've got a belief system that says, no, I don't believe that. Well, there goes the door. And now nothing can get in because you've now shut the door on a thought, on a belief that you've locked into,
Right.
right?
Um, Denise, do you have anything to add? Are you there? Nope. Okay. Um, so I
Trying
think,
to unmute.
oh, there she is. Hi.
Hi. No, I mean, I just concur with it's I think you said it best. It sounds like something that should be easy, yet it's the hardest thing ever. And Sue, I think you hit it too, like once our brain or belief system kicks in, or it's like game over, and then so it's almost like quieting the mind or getting the brain out of the equation. But it's not just the brain, right? We know it's like our cells, it's like everything in our body that that automatically, it's almost like it's working on autopilot all the time, and it's how to break out of that autopilot mode. And it's a game changer, the when I can actually do it, before my brain kicks. It just makes everything, it opens up to absolutely endless possibilities of what the what can really manifest, or just come into your life as a solution, like you said, like just without duality. I don't know if I'm rambling. I'm trying.
I was just thinking of just getting into the rhythm of the day, like nature, because when you think about it, so you wake up and you take your vitamins or your pills, and then you make your breakfast, and then you have your list of things to do, and all of this keeps you in your mind. So what I'm talking about now with this healing is about dropping in, because what we're talking about will expand your energy field just a little bit, give you more space where it's not fight or flight. But what the core becomes is the heart. Instead of like, like higher level thinking is not out there. It's deep, deep, deep within. The deepest part of the heart, the beat that keeps us alive is the beat that will bring you to a place of calm, of calm. So it's all going to be okay. So we're going to, as a group, kind of practice this and practice it by not doing anything. But we want to set it up, right? So here's where, as I mention every time, when the chumpies come in, it's more or less to create a form, an energetic form around us. Like in the ancient days, they would go to a temple or a cave or a waterfall. And in that place, they would find quiet and silence and allow themselves to beat to the earth, right? To beat to the earth. And it's perfect timing. I don't know if everybody's from the Northeast, but it's perfect timing. Like when you look at how green everything was, and then just nature's effortlessness of like releasing, as things dry up, nature just releases it. It doesn't need it anymore. The earth needs it to become mulch and food. It doesn't go away. It just transforms into something else, right? It's like such a simple thing. As I'm looking at the window, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just amazing teaching, just watching how the earth then, it goes into the earth and it becomes food for the next year where things grow. So I think I'm fortunate because I live in in a big piece of land, so I can see nature. Actually, one of my clients was coming today and she bumped into a bear on the way up here. And this is the second time she's only been here a couple of times, and every time she came, she bumped into a bear. So there must be some medicine in there for her, But I'm fortunate because I have bears. But I also, though, work in the city too, in Brooklyn, and I could find this place. This place finds me in Brooklyn. You don't need a quiet place in the woods. You just don't. So once you get the hang of it, it gets easier and easier and easier by not doing, but allowing, okay? So the form that came up, I had a couple of things, but then the form that came up was the simple form. I'm going to show you. It's now if anybody here doesn't have stones, like chumpy stones, I won't get into them. You could, get the book if you're new and read it, but you would need 4 stones. And it's a very, if you drew these lines, it's like a diamond, but the stone above your head and the stone below your head, like really represents the core. It connects us to the earth and to the heavens, right? And it goes right through the heart. So you're going to pick 2 stones, one above and one below. And then 2 stones. Now this is like our duality, right? The right hand, the left hand, which one should I choose? That's our human existence. Where they meet in the heart is where they come together. And that's kind of the beat that we're looking for, that we're hoping will find us. Right? So all you need is 4 stones, as above, so below, as to the right, to the left, and then find another one for the heart. You need something in the heart. And then I have all my sounds out. We'll see how it goes.
Do we hold stones in our hands, Elle?
No. Mm-mm.
So they're just on the side of our
Yeah.
shoulders?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're around you.
And do we think anything like
No.
survival and surrender?
No, just like you could start by thinking, but then just let it go and just listen to your heartbeat. Listen to your heartbeat. That's
And do
it.
we put a fifth stone on our heart?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Let your heart tell you, teach you, not you trying to control it. Or if your mind thinks, it's supposed to think. That's I think a little bit of a misconception. When you start to be quiet, the mind just thinks and thinks. Like just listen. Don't react to it. Just watch it unravel. It's pretty amazing. Eventually it'll give up, you know? So there you go. Okay? So you can lay down or you could sit up if you want.
Elle, do you have your original sound thing switched over to
I think
the
so.
camera?
Like I'm gonna you tell me if
Okay.
you can hear the sound.
Sounds like a bowl to me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, everybody's sound should be off now. And when you're ready, we could meet back here. Don't really want to do too much talking. I really don't. I feel like something just really settled in that was really potent. So just talking about it kind of diminishes it in a way. But I would like you to text me or email me either the number you got or just a little bit of something about it so I could put all the different voices together and just kind of like sit with that myself. But for me, the sound playing was a little bit different. Can't explain what. Same instruments, but just felt just the mixture of the sounds was a little bit different. Very gentle, but deep. And there was one other thing. Yeah, just have a quiet night. And I'm just going to close with that. Love everybody here. Thank you so much for showing up. And if I don't really know you that well, text me. Okay. Okay, Francesca? Okay, good. All right. Good night. Love you
Thank
all.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Eleonora.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
And